from fighting cancer at home to fighting poverty across the globe, and much else in between. Shops have been a useful tool for many charities, selling on donations to raise money for their wider objectives. They're a familiar sight on high streets across Wales, even more so in these troubled economic times. But are charity shops a vital part of our local communities, or have too many of them opened up, stifling business for commercial stores? Concerns were raised that charity shops, which pay reduced business rates, were taking up retail space and driving traders, who have to pay the charges in full, out of business. Not true, say the charities.
Charity shops have been around for decades, and there's no evidence to show that charity shops do then are the cause, or one of the causes for the decline of the high street shops in Wales.
The Welsh Government's been looking at proposals to change the deal charity shops get. They include cutting the relief on rates from 80 to 50% for most shops, abolishing relief completely for the biggest stores so they pay full rates, and limiting the number of charity shops in an area. This British Heart Foundation outlet in Newport is one of the 34 it has in Wales. As a large furniture store, it would lose its rate relief and would have to pay the full amount.
We reckon that this will severely threaten the viability of our shops in Wales, and we calculate it around 10, possible closer to around 10 shops, and of course that means a loss of jobs, up to over 30 jobs of managerial staff.
The proposals have already had an impact, according to the chief executive of the cancer charity Tenovus, Claudia McVie. It's abandoned plans to open another 14 shops in the next 2 years.
I'm completely baffled by the proposals. I really don't understand them, and it makes me incredibly sad, because I think what we've got to remember here at Tenovus is that our shareholders are our cancer patients and our families.
Tenovus warns that it's not only the shops and the staff in them that will be affected, but the charity's wider work.
The money that we would lose if we stood still now would pay for 2 of our cancer support advisors. Now, you know, those cancer support advisors see patients day in, day out in outreach centres and in communities. So the impact is quite, you know, it's large for us.
While many small retailers want a more level playing field with charities, the Federation of Small Businesses says it has to be kept in context.
Well, it's clearly an important subject that does have an impact on our members and does have an impact on the high street. However, I don't think you can blame charity shops for every woe that every high street in Wales is having. There are issues there around vacant premises, there are issues clearly about out-of-town shopping, and that more and more of us simply want to shop online.
The Welsh Government will outline its plans next week, but the Liberal Democrats and some Welsh charities have told us that they have legal advice that says ministers don't have those powers unless they change the law first. Many charities argue that if they're driven off the high streets of Wales, they wouldn't be replaced by small retailers, but rather by even more payday loans companies, pawnbrokers and empty shops.